Good morning. You're listening to My Rapids Real Estate Show on AM 1320 WFHR, your weekly radio show focusing on real estate, the market, and everything related to housing in central Wisconsin. Welcome back. I'm Ben.
And I'm Carrie Nicolai.
And we are agents with Coldwell Banker Stewart Realtors here in Wisconsin Rapids.
Yes, we are. And I am the agent.
And I am the licensed assistant.
And the husband, too.
And also your husband.
Yes.
Right. Well, only you get me as your husband.
Correct.
And your assistant.
Exactly.
In front of the microphones this week, we have
Angel.
We have a representative.
Let's try to find all of our words today. So this is a little bit of a struggle for us to do our introduction, but we have Angel Whitehead from the Heart of Wisconsin Chamber of Commerce. Hopefully I got all the right words in the correct order, but if I haven't, Angel will definitely, recorrect on that. But she is the president. And so she's going to be here today, just kind of chatting with us about what the chamber is all about. I mean, the chamber is like a huge entity. So we're going to try to break it up into these smaller little tiny chunks.
It's huge. It's big.
It is.
It is. Mm-hmm. Very big.
Okay. So Chamber of Commerce, not the Visitors Bureau.
Correct.
But you kind of do some similar promotional things work together?
Yeah, so we work really closely with the Visitor Center in the Wisconsin Rapids area as well. So the big difference between us is the Visitor Center, we like to have the saying heads in beds, right? Tourists. Their job is to bring tourists to the area. So that means biking, recreation, room blocks, big festivals, and like water ski week, that whole scenario, that's their cup of forte. And for us, our initiative is to strengthen the local economy and enhance quality of place. So we engage the business community and the local community here while also helping promote the area to get people to want to move here to central Wisconsin, specifically the Wisconsin Rapids area.
So
okay, so biggest question first, how do people get a hold of the chamber and information that you guys can provide?
Sure. So you can visit our website, which is wisconsinrapidschamber.com, or you can call us at 715-423-1830. And anyone who answers the phone should be able to give you any kind of information you're looking for on central Wisconsin, or even Wisconsin if you just want to know about Wisconsin. We get lots of calls for that as well, too.
Excellent. Cool. Okay. So I just bought a new house here in the Wisconsin Rapids area, and I now I left Florida for some reason, and
why would you do that?
I know.
I was just thinking that. Well, right now maybe not so much. The winter,
right? I like it when I can live in a state that hurts my face, because then there's no mosquitoes or alligators. But I moved to the area, and now I've got to find that dentist, the doctor, the vet. I mean, I really don't know where to turn. Now, is the chamber's one of those people that we can really turn to? How are you going to help me as a new homeowner? Never been in the state of Wisconsin, but now I'm here in Wisconsin Rapids or Port Edwards, Nakusa, Rome, Buren, Kellner. How can you help me?
Sure. So that's actually one of the biggest things that people are looking to relocate, contact us for is, they're thinking about moving, they're thinking about buying a home and working all of those things. And they're like, I'm exhausted now. Oh, darn, I need to schedule a doctor's appointment right away. Or I got to get my kid into school. And which school should I put them in? Is there a private? Is there public? So what we do is we provide a relocation packet for those that are looking to relocate to the area. So they can get this way in advance, or they can get it, the week that they move, or if they've even been here for 6 months or even a year, anyone can walk in and grab one of these. So essentially in our relocation packet, we have a list of all the things available in the area, from daycare facilities, education facilities, dentists, doctors, local restaurants, where the post office is. All of that is available in this relocation packet. And we update that every month. We're going back through and just double checking. So we have it's a full packet, and, we support the paper industry that way, but definitely there's lots of those resources in there. We also include, we provide a community guide as well as the chamber. So that talks a little bit about the business community, the things that are offered, the different municipalities that we serve. So we serve as the chamber 12 different municipalities here in central Wisconsin. So
you mentioned name all 12 of them?
No, I probably will forget one. I got to 11 the other day. I was really proud of myself. So just give me like another month and I'm sure I'll finally get all 12. But you named many of them. So yeah, that's available for anyone. They can just come in our office, or we'll even mail it to them if they live in another state. We also have the visitor's guide in there. Again, that's more of that tourist visiting, but it still shows some great recreation or what are some things to do that the kiddos maybe want to do, right? So that just kind of gauges so they can see a full scope of the community here locally, all in one little folder.
That is great. And then it covers all of you mentioned the schools. So it covers all of the private schools, all the way from the 3K probably all the way up until high school. Yeah.
So it covers all of those. It also covers post-secondary. So our technical colleges, and then it even mentions UWSP, right? Because that's the UW school that's closest to us. So just in case if someone's got a kid that maybe is looking to go to college in the next couple years, they can start looking that way. We also have the pre-K daycare facilities as well too. So even if you have an infant that's just born and you're looking to go back to work and you're looking for daycare, all the way up to, a college age kid, all that education's available, and additional training opportunities are in there as well.
Excellent. And you kind of mentioned the training stuff. So I do know that the chamber offers a lot of classes online, or is it in person? I know that COVID's kind of affecting everything, but I knew in the past that there was some online classes that you could take that were through the chamber. Can you touch a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we're doing a little bit of both. So as you mentioned, since COVID, everything's been a little bit more virtual or online. We partner with Mid-State, and we also partner with the Small Business Development Center to have some of these classes or learning opportunities. We also partner with some of our local businesses as well to provide an event called Coffee with the Chamber, where it's a learning opportunity for depending on that specific topic. So we had somebody talk about how is COVID affecting my taxes and my money, right? That's really important as you're filing taxes. Like, how is COVID going to impact that, right? We've also had some training on how do you upskill your current employees that you have? What does that look like? And a big one that's really important for everyone now is mental health, right? So we just had Dr. Rochelle speak on mental health and how to balance your life in the midst of COVID, right? And even beyond COVID, everyone's sick of hearing about it. So how do you just balance life now in our new norm, if that's what we're calling
Right.
this?
It's always kind of hard. We're now working from home and we're living at home. So there's no longer that separation of I'm going to work today, so I'm going to be up by 7. I'm going to go to the office by 9, and then I'm going to come home for lunch. It's all now like I'm doing dinner. I'm doing my breakfast along with working at the kitchen table. And where did I put that piece of paper that has that really important client's name on it?
No. You're working in your closet office.
No, we're not.
Office.
No, we're not doing that. We do not work with the prom dresses.
It's a reoccurring joke that has started up. One of our stage styled and sold blogs was like, there's a trend and you don't have a lot of room in some of these houses in the big cities. So where do you put your home office? And especially doing Zoom calls and everything, you want fabric around you to sort of muffle the echo, and a door that you can close everything at the end of the day. Sounds like a perfect place would be the closet.
Right, the walk-in closets are now turning into the office.
I feel like that's a really good idea.
Yeah, but I don't want to do my Zoom meeting with the 1990s prom dresses behind me. I'm all for sparkle in life. I mean, I think sparkle should be in there, but just not while I'm trying to have a business meeting and I've got the nice bright blue next to the neon pink sparkle. Just doesn't work.
You can always borrow my closet. It's actually a bedroom since our closet space is small. So I took over one of our spare bedrooms and it's my whole closet and my office during COVID. It was.
Well, and see, I'm not opposed to the whole entire, you have the sleeping room and then you have the dressing room and you just put all the dressers and all the closet
that's exactly
stuff.
What I have.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that. That makes total sense to me.
I feel like, were you the one who wanted the closet, like the room closet? I feel like, was it him?
That was him.
Yep.
That was him.
Yep.
Yes, that was him. Yeah, I thought so. Thought I saw a post on that.
I'm the fashionista of the group.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's all that biking gear, isn't it?
Oh, of course.
I knew it.
And all the safety gear, and you got to have this, outfit for this type of thing, and the next, and the next. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Come check out my closet. You'd love it.
But really, that it does put a lot of stress working at home when you're not used to it. And it always, we've had 12, 15 months of anticipation of getting back into the office. And it's maybe happening for some and not for others. But yeah, that stressful part has really got to take a toll on people.
Right. And it's all about balance. And that's what she did talk a little bit about. How do you take a moment to yourself in the middle of the day to say, okay, I know I'm at home and I'm trying to maybe do laundry in between a meeting and answering an email. But at what point do you take a break to yourself, right?
Right.
That it's truly to yourself, whether you're at home or you're pretending you're at work. Where's that break time for you? And how are you balancing that? So she talked a little bit about that. So that's just one opportunity that we've had. We're also going to have an HR learning session coming up for Coffee with the Chamber in June. We're going to have a panel discussion talking about best practices for human resources right now, just because with, again, everything that's happened last year, human resources has changed how people, file being sick or how they take time off or the new legislation that has come down on the federal level on that. So we're going to have a panel discussion on that with SPAR, which is the Stevens Point Area Human Resource Group. They actually service this area as well, even though the name says Stevens Point. So they're going to provide us with some speakers to talk about HR best practices. So it's really
how
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat. So kind of going back to, we waffle a lot, just so you...
Oh yeah, that's fine.
You grasp this already.
I got this.
So new business comes into town, and how do they get involved with you? So we're going to use Tom Dearies because Tom was on a couple weeks ago. So Tom had mentioned your name, and this is, we're like, Angel's got to come on too. So how does like a new business who's just starting out, we're going to kind of use Tom as that example of what do you do to help that new business? So if I moved here to Rapids and now I want to start my food truck business, how is the chamber going to help me?
Sure. That's a great question. And Tom is a really good example. He's a longtime friend of mine. I used to work with him at the Mead back in the day, just like all of us used to work at the Mead. So what I take entrepreneur counseling sessions. So essentially what happens is someone can walk in my office with a napkin idea and say, how do I make this happen? All the way to a full-blown business plan, marketing plan. Hey, where do I get financing? So I help with every stage of that. So they come in and I let them know the resources we have, what other resources beyond our office. And I always make the joke is I am not an expert at everything business, right? That's not my job. My job is to be an expert at finding you the person who knows the person who's going to answer that question for you. So that's what it's about in our chamber industry is making sure you get the people that you need to talk to make yourself successful. So what we do in Tom's case, he just wanted to walk through a basic marketing plan. He had a great idea, a great platform. He's like, I'm just looking at space right now. He said, just walk me through best practices. So I walked him through best practices, talked about business permitting, because as we know, that is just a cumbersome process, getting lots of permits and getting your, federal ID number. So walked him through all of those things. And then, there he is today is he's doing his catering business and he's doing wonderful at it. So at any point in the business process, I can counsel someone on that, even if it's, a larger company and they're looking to expand, right? So say they're a multi-million-dollar company and they're looking to expand. We as the chamber serve as the economic development agency for the Southwood County area. So I can help with getting them connected with the right legislators, WEDC, which is our state organization for economic development, and see if there's grants or dollars available or incentives to keep them here if they're thinking about leaving. So every stage of business, we can help at the chamber.
And it's really nice that you, from just starting out with, I may only have $20 to my name to help me out. Let's start this business and watch it kind of grow to, like you said, the $1 million people. It's across the board and able to help out everybody. And the really great thing is while you're talking to one side of it, someone else in the office, I'm going to pick on Carrie now. So Carrie can be helping the spouse find the doctor, the lawn care, everything. So while one side is getting taken care of, the other side can be getting taken care of as well. So that's I think the coolest part about the Heart is you do have that flexibility in your staff.
Right. And the other thing I like to mention too is all of those services are free, right? You come in the door, everything's free. You don't have to be a member of our organization at this point in time. You don't have to, give us funds to spend an hour talking with me. That's part of why we're here. And that's part of why we work with our local government agencies and then our state organizations as well. So we just provide that benefit free to anyone who walks in our door.
which is really great. I mean, the first thing you want to make sure when you're starting on a business is I don't want to be spending more money than what I have to.
Right.
And I'm sure there are great groups out there that, yes, you can pay them to walk you through it. But if you got an awesome structure already set up and it works and it's free, might as well use it.
Right. Let's save you the penny so you can spend it on something else.
Exactly. Perfect.
So, and I know another thing that the chamber does is hold like connection events and networking events. So, with the legislatures, we had some networking events with those.
The legislative breakfast.
Yeah, food and talk to your representatives.
Right. Yeah. So one of our big pillars that we have is that professional development for networking, right? Because it's really important that we get to A, talk to our legislators, and B, we get to meet new people who maybe are going through some issues that we are, or we just want to meet new people, right? You talked about a little bit about people relocating to the area. A lot of our events are open to the public. Some of them have fees and things like that because, yes, there always is food. It's always good to have food. Other ones are just open to the public and there's no fee to attend, but it's really important that we bridge those gaps, right? A lot of people think that they can't approach their legislator and, they're just like all of us, right? You just walk in their door and say, hey, I have a problem. Can I talk to you about it? And they're very open. Our local legislators or even our senator or even our congressman, Ron Kine, has been wonderful to work with. And I mean, I can just give them a call at any point in time and I'm said, hey, there's a business having an issue or we're having an issue with COVID or whatever is happening. And they're always willing to listen and give any support that they can or give us the resources, again, that we need to kind of solve those issues. And then we do have the more social fun things that are our off the clock event, which we just started.
Right. And it's a brand new event. So
Yeah.
it's really kind of fun. It was great. I had a lot of fun checking out the fish. So
Yeah, that was at Cold Snap, which was yesterday,
yep,
right?
and it was the aquaponics. So we're going to have them on and kind of talk about it.
Great.
So that way we can kind of learn a little bit about aquaponics. Okay, it's a fun name. It's a fun word to say.
It is really fun.
And anytime that you got fish involved,
I know those fish they kind of scared me because you don't think they're in there and you turn around and they're all staring at you through the window.
Right. And you didn't know that there was a window. So when you walk into the room, there's all these big blue tubs and you're like, okay, well, we got blue tubs. And then you can see the fish kind of like flying around in a little bit in there because they kind of jump. I mean, there's 250 fish in this tub. So
I didn't know there was that many.
Wow. 250 fish that are in this gigantic tub. And then all of a sudden you kind of like walk around the corner and they're all staring at you.
Yeah, they're like I'm
food.
ready.
Yeah, they were like, and she even omitted, she's like, it's just so you know, this is the time of the day that we normally feed them. So they're expecting to get food. So they will. Yeah. So it was a lot of fun just kind of doing okay, so they want me to feed them.
Oh,
I have no food.
Nice.
I have no treats for you.
Not unless it was the delicious fish tacos from last night, which I'm sure they don't want any fish tacos. No. Yes.
So anyways, we have aquaponics and so they're going to be on chatting about that. But Off the Clock is a new event for the chamber to be doing.
Yes. So we used to have an event that was called Business After Hours, which it was very similar, right? Another networking opportunity that was open to the public. But in the midst of COVID, we did a full strategic planning and we had four new core directives that came out of that. And one of those things that we talked about was really looking at our programming and how it serviced our community members. So, and beyond our investors, which is our membership-based people, but just the community as well. And when we looked at that, we said, let's tune this up. Let's do something a little bit different with our Business After Hours. So we wanted to make it more customizable. So it could be during lunch. It could be during the evening. It could be, like a circus if somebody really wanted to, or it could just be a casual private dining experience, maybe at one of our local restaurants. So we wanted to make it really more customizable. And we thought, what better way to kick it off than go with Cold Snap Aquaponics, who is just so different. A lot of people don't know about them, and they're so innovative on such a different level that were just so excited last night. So we had live music there. There was a food truck that had great fish tacos that was fresh tilapia and some of the other products that they grow there at the aquaponics. So it was a really good experience, and we're really excited for our next one, which will be at Anchor Bay in May, because they have new owners, they have some new menus, they have some new drinks, and they also have a new outdoor dining experience.
Right, and those are always going to be on Monday nights. So it's the second Monday of every month. So I mean, it's a standard time now, where in the past it was always, it may have been like on a Thursday or the third Thursday, or now the next month it was like the second Tuesday. It kept floating around.
Right.
You guys kind of really narrowed down that we're going to keep it to this particular day. It's always going to be the second Monday of every month.
Yes.
Except for the Anchor Bay one.
I was just going to say that one's on a Tuesday, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That one's on a Tuesday. So, I mean, I really don't want to do the whole entire. It's going to be only on this day. But I know Anchor Bay is really special because they are not open on a Monday.
Correct.
And they did not want to confuse the public
with their open hours.
with their,
yes.
with that event. So that's why they're on a Tuesday. But otherwise, it's always that second Monday
Correct.
of every month.
Yes.
So, but that's kind of neat that you guys go around and you do this. And I believe that we're trying to pair up maybe 2 or 3 different businesses so that way we can take a look at multiple businesses on one night. So you can get to know the staff of Anchor Bay and maybe whoever else is on there. So that way you get to see a little bit about other businesses in the area.
Right. Yeah. It's a really good opportunity for businesses to partner together. So last night at Cold Snap Aquaponics, the co-sponsor was actually Northwestern Mutual. He doesn't have an office that's necessarily big enough to have a good social, but he wants to get the word out about his services. He just joined us this last year as a new investor in the chamber. So he said, hey, can I partner with someone? And we actually have a few more events coming up beyond Anchor Bay that it's a partnership between 2 different businesses hosting the event. So we're really excited for the rest of the year because we are all sold out. So we have our full lineup for the rest of the year for businesses, and we're already booking into, I think, April of 2022.
I was going to say, I know April 22, they're already, Carrie's been doing really great about securing those events. So if any business is looking, definitely to do one of these events, definitely get a hold of Carrie at the chamber.
Yes.
I'm just going to kind of pick on her. I'm not sure if that's really who it is.
That is who it is. Okay, so that was really good.
So usually I just pick one of you guys. It's either going to be, you're going to call Angel and she's going to be happy to talk with you, or it's going to be call Carrie. She's going to be happy to talk to you. So
someone's happy to talk to you. We'll just get you to the right person.
Right. It may not be the right person, but at least I remember 2 names out of everybody who's there. So, but yeah, give Carrie a call and get on the schedule and come out and take a look at one of these events because it's really fun to get to know the other businesses because like you said, that great opportunity for networking. And plus, if you're new into the area, to come and meet some of these businesses.
Right.
So that way you kind of get a little bit, I always kind of look at it as it's the non-threatening.
It's non-threatening.
It's non-threatening. It's a very easy, it's a nice, relaxed environment versus if I had to go walk into that office, it might feel really intimidating for me to go and do that.
That's very
But
true.
if it's an after hours, it's going to be a little bit easier for me to be able to go and say, hey, I just want to learn a little bit about my financial planning. Can we set something up where it's less intimidating?
And
Right.
I think somebody might not have a need right now to go into some of these places, but it's maybe a curiosity or that I didn't even know you existed. And then that starts a conversation which leads into something else. And so you have both of the less intimidating environment and you didn't need the business, but you found out you could use the business and they could help benefit your life too. And then things start networking and maybe someone else who's there at that open house environment is, another business that you need as well.
Right. It's a very good point. There's always opportunity to get a service or a business that you didn't think you would need that you actually really do need.
Yep. So our other fun things that we like to talk about when it comes to the chamber, I know other fun things. So the chamber does a lot of community events. So it's just like you had talked about earlier, you work, the CVB has their existence. They have their reason why they're here, but also the chamber has another one, and it's for coming up with events to do as a community. So we're going to touch a little bit on them. So we're going to start with Lunch by the River.
Yes.
So Lunch by the River, this is, I think, has been around for eons.
10 or 15 years. I think closer to 15 years that we've been doing Lunch by the River.
So Lunch by the River, we get a bunch of, everything revolves around food, I think. So,
yes,
we've got at least, 4 or 5 great local companies that come in with their food trucks, or they have like a table set up so that way they can sell from their restaurant. So we've got food. And then we always have some sort of entertainment. So do we have entertainment lined up for this year?
Yeah, so we do have some entertainment lined up. We have some improv groups coming this year. I'm really excited to have this. This is our first time we're doing improv. We also have some live entertainment. That's some music, some country coming in. We also partner with some of the schools and the local dance teams.
I was going to say the dance team and the karate. That's always fun.
Yeah, so we're still working with the dance team, just because, again, with everything that happened this last year, there's certain parameters and things that they have to follow. But we did secure gymnastics to come in and do a performance for us.
Oh, how nice!
Yeah, so I'm really excited. The one that I'm super excited about, like secretly, I haven't told anyone, the mariachi band is coming in, and I'm really excited about that. I have no idea why, but it just sounds fun. It sounds like it's going to be a great time, and
I'm thinking we've got to have some chips and salsa down there.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I want to email.
Kaysen should be there on that day because they're ordered number 1. So I don't really remember what it is, but you just go to Kaysen's and just say I would like a number 1. And they give it to you, and it is just very tasty.
Yeah. So I know some food vendors we've already secured for Lunch by the River include Chatterbox Kathy. She always comes out and does some great comfort food, Jamaican kitchen, jerk chicken and rice, right? Those are some great ones. We also have some new ones that are coming. So Tom Deary from Deary Food Works is going to be participating. And then we also have Purple Basil, which a lot of people haven't heard of her just yet, and we're really excited. But she does like an Italian like pasta to go bowl thing. So hello Italian that we've never had before.
I'm looking forward to that. So hopefully we can get some good pasta.
Yeah, and this event is open again to the public. It's down in Veterans Park, so it's open to the public. You walk down, the music's already going. You can get in line and pay for food. Depending on the week, the food does rotate, so we don't always have the same vendors. So you always want to watch for that. And the entertainment also changes. So we have different sponsors at the events too, so that way they can get out in the community and check on people. We partner with United Way for Stuff the Bus as well for one of the events. That's their drop-off location. And then another one is our Lunch by the River is the kickoff for Cranberry Blossom Festival in June. Mm-hmm. So that one will have the cranberry guy walking around. I'm sure there'll be ice cream served with lots of cranberry things. And there's usually they bring the canine unit down.
I was going to say there's got to be a week with the puppies.
I know you cannot forget the puppies. But yes, so usually they come down and make at least a once through just to show the dog off and all the things that are happening. So yeah, every week's a little bit different and it's always very exciting.
And I know that last summer, Sheriff Becker always came down on Thursdays, and he was always helping with
serve ice cream.
Yep, serving the ice cream.
Custard.
Yep, that's very true. But he was very good at putting the chocolate syrup on the ice cream. Yeah. Every single kid said he did it perfectly. So we really enjoy Sheriff Becker.
He's great.
He is. So, but he's always come down. Some of his deputies has also come down to just be there and just kind of be with the community. Yeah. So it's always that was like I think that was the one thing I really noticed out of all the years is that he really made a presence every single week to be down there and at least have one more deputy down there just interacting with the kids and with the public. I mean, it's always great to see the police come down there and just have that really nice, friendly, open friendship.
Yeah, it's great. The mayor comes down, the police chief, the sheriff comes down.
We need to get the fire trucks.
I was just going to say the fire trucks should come down. That would be, we haven't had those yet.
Yeah, we should have the fire trucks come down at least once.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, we'll have to follow up on that one. Please stay tuned.
Yeah. So please be watching out for the fire trucks down at Lunch by the River.
Yeah.
So you hit up a little bit on the other one, our Blossom Fest.
Yes.
So there's two large ones that we do.
Yes.
So Blossom Fest is the first one, and that comes up on June 17th, 18th, and 19th.
I know it's within that week.
The 20th is Father's Day.
Yes,
so that's
correct.
the day of the parade. So it's usually the Sunday, Saturday, Friday event.
Yes.
Is there going to be a Thursday? So
Thursday we kick off with Lunch by the River.
Okay.
And then between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there's a whole bunch of different events. So we, as the Heart of Wisconsin, we collaborate with a whole group to plan Cranberry Blossom Festival. So we don't plan the whole event in its entirety. We just plan a few events in partnership with this collaborative group. So the CVB plans the marketing and some of the other events and then other subgroups. So there's like quilting, there is movies under the stars. There's the Chalk It Up event. So there's lots of different things that we do. We ourselves, we plan the craft show. So that's on Saturday. And that usually we have over, 60 vendors that come in from all over this state that provide different craft and arts and, sensies and all of those things that you can think of. And then we also, of course, back to food, we have a whole bunch of food vendors, right? So we usually have probably over 10 food vendors.
I'm thinking we had like 15 last year.
Yeah, I thought there was about 15. Yeah. And there's anything from just the lemonade stand to the delicious candied almonds that are always served that smell so good while you're walking down, to fresh gyros that are done. So full spectrum. And, you can't forget Rocky Rococo's when they provide their pizza. I mean, they're
right.
Macaroni and cheese pizza is to die for.
Exactly.
It is. So that event is great. We also help plan and facilitate the parade that happens. So that's the Cranberry Blossom Festival Parade that happens on that Sunday. And that includes, Miss Wisconsin Rapids. We have the UW Marching Band that'll be coming up.
And they usually do the 5th inning.
Yes, they do.
Or the 10th inning. I don't really know my baseball terms, but I know that there's a special inning that they do.
Yes, they do a special performance at Lincoln High School usually for just spectators to come watch. So that's really nice that they come up here and do that as well. And then we also do a dairy berry breakfast as well too, where it's, again, it's dairy month. So we have dairy and cranberries all meshed into one, and then it's a pancake breakfast that's available. So we're doing it just a little bit differently this year, and I think we're partnering with another facility because we can't have it at the high school, but stay tuned for more details on that one.
Awesome. So on your website is going to have all of this. I know I was on there like a week ago, just trying to figure out the dates to, figure out where we're going and plan June out. And it just had the dates on there, but eventually there'll be a link to everything that's happening on all of those 4 days.
Yeah. So actually, Cranberry Blossom Festival has its own website. Okay. So we will link to their website. So if I remember right, it's blossomfest.org, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But if you type in, thank gosh. Okay. If you just Google Cranberry Blossom Festival, Wisconsin Rapids, the website pops up right away.
Okay.
So, but yeah, they maintain it. And that's actually where all the events go in. That's where Fairs to the Fair go in as well, too. So all of the programming is listed on there. And that's where all of our marketing comes from for Cranberry Blossom Festival.
Excellent.
But even though that is that, you still have a great events page that has a calendar and a list out of most all these events.
Oh, the Chamber's website is like so much fun to go on because the links are, you can just kind of look at the month and just click on Lunch by the River. And it has its own separate link and it'll take you to what's going on for Lunch by the River. It is super easy. I can handle going around on their website page. So if I can do it, anybody can do it.
Yeah, it's a great website, and we encourage people to put their events and programming on there. We do have special things that can only go on there, but if it's a community-based event, we evaluate it, and usually it goes up on our events page. So we're happy to share that with the community.
And then we've kind of finished up the year. Well, there's a lot of other fun stuff, but our last big event that you guys do is going to be the Grand Affair.
Yeah.
And that's like a 1 day, smash a whole bunch of stuff in 1 day and just enjoy the day.
Yeah, so that's another really big craft show that we do. We also have concessions there. So somebody pulls a little cart around with beer on it, so that way you can enjoy a beverage. So we have the capability for that. We also, the last couple of years, it's fell on a Packer game, which, people don't want to miss their Packer game. So we have the game stream live down there as well. There's different raffles and things like that happen too, and that's in September.
And we always have the car show too.
Yes,
so we try to coordinate it with either, the car shows either with the Grand Affair or with Blossom Fest.
Correct.
Some years it's been with both.
Right. I know for sure they've confirmed for Grand Affair because we filed our permit to close the bridge because they love to be on that bridge, which is a great view for them. So we're really excited. And I know that Current, which is the young professional group for Wisconsin Rapids area, they are doing Downtown on Tap. That's during Cranberry Blossom Festival as well. So that's where there's food, live music, and the streets are closed downtown. They're looking to do that in the fall again, too. So I think they're going to look to do maybe 2 this year. So stay tuned for more details on that.
Awesome. And then we the chamber is also known for all of their fun parades. So you do the downtown Nakusa homecoming. Is it homecoming parade? It's not the homecoming, but it's the downtown.
Hometown.
There we go. It's the downtown Nakusa. It's the first Saturday in December.
Yeah. So we, this year we did a little bit different, but normally it is, it's a parade and it's everyone's lit up and it's, dark out and people wave. We have the local fire departments and, we have a lot of fire departments that participate in this. Santa's in it. And Domtar, which is one of our investors in the chamber, does a really good job. They always do some extravagant float that has Santa on it. Last year or the year before, they had Santa in a snow globe.
I was going to say, yes.
It was beautiful. I was just like, I am not that creative. Like, how do they even think about these things? I'm assuming the engineering department from Domtar came up with that, but it was so great. So yeah, we do that. And then we also do Rekindle the Spirit, which is pretty much the same thing, but that's in the Wisconsin Rapids, the city of Wisconsin Rapids that goes through like by the YMCA on Grand as well. So.
And then Rudolph does their parade. Are you guys involved with the Rudolph?
We are not, but we do promote that. The one thing I did want to note about Nakusa Hometown Christmas is at the end of the parade, there's a big firework display in Riverside Park. So people love that.
Right. And it's great. I mean, anytime that you can have a parade and fireworks, you got to go to it.
Right. I'm just excited for fireworks.
Right.
They're always great.
I'm really hoping that the chamber is going to provide cookies and hot chocolate at one of these.
Is that a recommendation? Is that a formal?
It is.
Formal recommendation.
It is a formal.
I'll write that down. I'll email the staff tomorrow and say it's a necessity.
Yes.
Or they could maybe partner with a food service member.
Ooh, Chatterbox would be nice. She's got great cookies. Have you guys eaten her cookies? They're nice and warm. I mean, you don't want them warm on a hot day on lunch by the river, but they still taste good.
Right. They still taste good. So yeah, I just, I think going to the parade and just having a nice little mug of hot cocoa with a little sugar cookie would be super cool.
Yeah, we do that for Rekindle the Spirit. We have Santa and hot cocoa and cookies at the end, and we partner with some other organizations on donating time and the cookies and things. So I will note that for the hometown Christmas then.
But hometown Nakusa, they get the fireworks. So I guess there could be a trade-off.
Well, we can always enhance more things, right? I said our new strategic direction is enhancing things for the community and our businesses.
So definitely get a hold of Angel and tell her that you vote for cookies.
Cookies and fireworks.
Cookies and fireworks. That's what we're voting for.
And hot cocoa, apparently. I'm for the hot cocoa, but that's just me.
So now with these events that are put on, there's opportunity for businesses to do some marketing sometimes with these, like sponsor something or other, whether it's a table or like the Easter event, you had some sponsorship opportunities?
Yeah. So a lot of the programming that we provide that are quality of life pieces have the opportunity for promotion within a sponsorship. So we do a lot of social media. We develop things internally for flyers. We work with the local radio stations or podcasters. And we also do some live videos, and we partner with some of the Wisconsin Rapids community media as well. So there's some actual video content that happens. So depending on the level of participation, you can just contribute $50, right? Because maybe that's all you want to do and you just want your name listed, all the way up to larger sponsorships, which could include, having a booth in your banner. For our Easter event, our larger sponsorship had a huge banner that was there, and they could help the bunny, and they could be there, and thank people just for coming. So it's being in that community presence that a lot of people like as a business owner, because they're helping support something that makes our community a great place to live.
Well, I know like for the Blossom Fest and for Grand Affair, Cold Banker always has a booth, a table there. So that way, if we have, people have questions about the market, we're there at the event. So that way we can answer those questions for them. And we've even had like insurance companies too.
Yeah.
And it's been kind of great, because then it's almost like, hey, I'll see you at the next one.
Right. Yeah. It's a great opportunity for people to not only get their name out there, but to meet new people. And maybe that transaction that you're looking for doesn't happen in that moment, but it happens 3 months down the road because they remember they met you and, hey, I decided I'm going to sell my house, or I need to buy a house. Right. So connections are always key to any good, successful business.
Exactly.
So one of the other things with businesses is getting the businesses excited about being here and having a good year and want to be successful. How about ribbon cuttings?
Oh my gosh, ribbon cuttings. We have so many. Like I stopped counting because there's just been so many. So the one thing I want to note is in the midst of COVID, when everything was closed, people were just really like down about it. And they're like, oh, now we're slowly reopening. So what did we do? We had mini ribbon cuttings. Of course. Yes, we did. I don't care if you've been in business for 100 years. Everyone's getting a mini ribbon cutting. So we did this quick video and I think we had over 50 businesses participate in doing these mini ribbon cuttings to reopen after COVID, right? And that was so fun. And now my Atlanta, I feel like we just have ribbon cuttings every few weeks now in the next coming weeks. So we have one tomorrow. We had one yesterday. We have 2 next week. So yeah, it's a really good promotion. It usually gets in the newspaper. They usually feature that for us. But it's a great way to say, hey, I'm open. I'm here. I'm ready for business. And I want to help you today. So yeah, great point, Ben.
And you get to use the big, gigantic scissors.
Yes, I know. People have tried to take those. They're like, those scissors are just fantastic. I'm like, can you go buy your own? Like, these aren't cheap, man.
And they're real.
And they're
real.
They are real. They are not staged. Like, you could actually hurt someone with those.
The giant golden scissors.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't run with those. I'd be scared for my life.
So there's also kind of a volunteer opportunity with the ambassador program.
Yeah, so I'll take volunteers all day because we got lots of stuff to do. So we do have our core group of volunteers, as Ben mentioned, is the ambassador group. So they are the core volunteers that do a lot of our event volunteer work and help us plan our events as well, too. So it's not just a, hey, show up. It's, hey, how can you help us make this event better, right? Because that's the big thing is we want to use those talents of our volunteers. So our ambassador group meets once a month, and then they talk about the things happening, our new investors in the chamber. They reach out to them and they talk to them. I hear that you guys have a challenge that you guys do every month now.
Yep. So we do like a chair challenge.
Chair challenge. There we go.
So I'm part of the ambassador group. So the nice thing about it is, so we have a business and you want to be more involved in the chamber. So being an ambassador is a great opportunity to do that because you're the first ones kind of to know what's going on in the chamber. Because when the chamber has an event, we're going to use Blossom Fest as an example. We need to know when that's going to be because we're going to be there to help the chamber set up. So we're sort of like the little tiny fairies that the chamber has that by the time that the chamber gets there, we've already got the barricades down. We already have the picnic tables all set up. We do some of the little magic behind the scenes. So that way, when you go to these events, you have a great time. And then we're also there at the event, walking around, meeting and talking with the public too, because we want to know what you guys think of it, of how we can make this event better. And so we're kind of like your little Santa's little elves. So I guess we're fairies, Santa's
I was just
elves.
going to say, you make all the things happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. I think
Yeah.
that's very, very accurate. You guys make all the little things happen that are so important to the events. Yeah.
Right. And, it's a great group of people that we work well together and we work really well with the chamber too. So that way you guys have an idea for an event, we can kind of bounce ideas back off of, as a business, this is what I'm kind of looking for. But yeah, at the same time as me with a family, this is what I would like to kind of see too. So that way it's a nice big collaboration between everybody.
Right. Ideas and, suggestions, all of those things are welcome on any level, whether you're a new family moving to the area and you're like, oh, I think this would be really great for the area. Or if you've lived here for 50 years and you're like, oh, maybe somebody should do that. Our door is always open for ideas and suggestions. And if it's not in our realm and it doesn't fit in our wheelhouse, we'll pass
you
the
guys,
information.
Yeah, you always
we'll
seem to
find
find someone to do something.
We find someone who knows the things.
Well, and just you guys do old school mailings too.
Oh, yes.
So you do the old school mailing. So someone's got 2 hours and they need something done. You always love it whenever I stop in and just go, okay, I need 2 hours to do something.
Yes,
can I stuff envelopes?
Stuff envelopes.
Yeah, I want to do the stuffing of the envelopes. I want to put the stamps on all the envelopes because for one Christmas, that's what we did.
Yes.
We did like a Christmas stamp on something. So we stamped countless envelopes, but it was a great opportunity to come in, not only to help the chamber, but also then to get to know everybody in the chamber.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're always looking for volunteers for things, and the envelopes you're talking about are gift certificate program. So that's another good segue. Is that we offer chamber certificates that can be used at any of the local businesses in the community that are an investor with the chamber. So we have over 410 investors currently in the chamber, and this certificate you can buy it as a gift for someone. So say you don't know what to get someone, right? You don't want to give them cash because people sometimes feel like that's impersonal. So you get them this chamber certificate that comes with a list of restaurants, retail, maybe it's a car shop, and they just want to, or maybe they want to go to Walmart and they need to get something quick for their newborn. Hey, they're a member of ours, so why not, right? So this is something that a lot of people use, especially during the holidays. A lot of businesses gives them out as gifts for their employees as well, too. So.
And we've done that too. We've always done chamber gift certificates for, new families coming in. That way they get that opportunity to get to know you guys as members, and then also all the community too, because now they've got this list of who is a member and kind of a little bit about that business.
Yeah, I agree.
And membership with the chamber, I mean, you've got investor members from pretty much every genre of business.
Yeah,
we do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Carrie's like, I know.
So I have to go. I get to visit them because I think that's probably my favorite thing to do is not only the ribbon cuttings,
the ambassador visits,
but the ambassador visits to go to these companies and just kind of learn about them. So some of them give us, behind the scenes private tours of their business because that's their opportunity to show it off to someone, because otherwise no one's going to come over and just go, hey, what do you got?
I love the manufacturing facilities. I have no idea. My inner nerd comes out is what I tell people. I get all excited. I love the inner workings. Even at the hotel meet, I love the inner workings of like the back kitchen and the banquet hall. And I'm like, this is so exciting. I didn't know how this worked. Like,
well, even going to Milkweed Market, we're going to use that as a great example. Going there and just talking to them and just thanking them for being a member, and they're always so happy to show off their facility.
Oh, it's beautiful.
So they're like, just come on, do you want to take a tour? It's like, oh yes, I would like to take a tour. Yeah. Show me your building. It may be a half an hour there of them showing off what their prized jewel that they have. And everybody who's working that day is super excited to say, hey, I'm proud to work for this company. So it's a great opportunity for them to show off.
Yeah. Those used to be my favorites pre-chamber life, but yeah.
Well, we'll still take you on ambassador visits.
If they let me out of the office, of course.
So, Angel, with the events that we got going on with the chamber, you personally, what's the one that is like the crown jewel that you really look forward to every year?
Oh, so that's a hard one. Hard questions.
It's like, what's your favorite child?
No, for me, it'd be, what's your favorite pet? I don't have one because they could be listening. So I would say my favorite is probably annual meeting. So that is our yearly banquet that we hold for recognition of our investors with the chamber. So we usually recognize between 7 and 12 businesses / individuals. So anything from business of the year to community spirit or shining star. So recognizing nonprofits or somebody who's just done good in the community, right? So that whole night is really a celebration of great things that have happened in our community over the last year. So we usually have close to 300 people in attendance, so it's a very large banquet. And who doesn't like to get dressed up now and again, right? So
exactly.
You get to throw on a nice dress, you get to wear, some red lipstick, which is always fun. And then, but before that, we get to network, right? So you get to see people maybe you haven't seen in a while. There's some great raffles that are donated from some local businesses, and we really get to take the time to just hear about the great businesses and great people in the community. So I think that's my all-time favorite. It's a lot of work and we're tired by the end of it, but it's still by far one of my favorite events.
Well, that's good.
I know a couple of years ago, Quick Trip was the keynote presenter for it.
Oh, yes.
And it's cool to hear the background and the story. And I like the local history part of things and how it's connected with so many other Midwestern towns and cities and just how they expand and their business model. This year, was the pallet
Yeah,
creation.
so it was Tom Gardner from Hay Creek Pallet,
There you
so
go.
over in Pittsville. They started as one company and moved into something a little bit different right there. I mean, they still do trucking and some fruit processing on some other ends. But yeah, they moved because they saw a need, right? Like, what are we going to do with all of these extra pallets? Well, we're going to recycle them, break them down, and then we're going to make new pallets. So very innovative. We've also had Craig Culvers from Culvers speak.
Yeah.
Right.
We've also had some state individuals. So we had Governor Walker at the time speak a few years ago. We also had Senator Patrick Teston talk about, the traction and the growth within central Wisconsin, which I was super motivated after he talked. I was like, yes, central Wisconsin. And then COVID happened, which that part was sad, but we were still like very excited. And this last year, like you said, we had Tom speak, and we had a smaller event due to the precautions we had to take, but it was still really well attended. People were excited to be out finally because some of those, parameters kind of lessened as the numbers were going down. But it was a really good event. And I think people were excited to get out and see each other and just say, hey, I miss you. And congratulations, right?
Yeah. And I think this year moving forward, I think having the lunch by the river, having that come back again.
Oh, yeah.
It was there last year too. So, I mean, it really didn't go away, but it had a different feel to it.
Right.
So I think as things start to open up a little bit more, we're going to be able to see those events. I know our office is extremely excited about Blossom Fest.
Oh, yes.
We were super sad that we couldn't do it last year. This year, super looking forward to it. So I know that our office is going to be excited to start doing some events with the chamber.
Yeah, we're really excited. And if anyone's interested in partnering or coming and just chit-chatting, my door is always open. Again, Angel with the Chamber, you can visit me anytime.
Any questions, just ask Angel. She's got the answers.
Or I find the people who know the answers because I don't have all the answers.
Okay, and what's your website? How can they get a hold of you again?
Sure. So our website is wisconsinrapidschamber.com, or you could give us a call at 715-423-1830.
Excellent. And your location is on the corner of the Riverview Expressway and Lincoln Street.
Yeah, so our address is 1120 Lincoln Street, across from the new Quick Trip, if you're familiar with that. A lot of people find us that way. So yeah, we've been there for a long time, and we love the location, and it's great. And you can always email us or give us a call, and we're happy to answer any questions, no matter how silly you think they are.
Excellent. We'll try to play Stump the Chamber.
Oh, gosh.
All right. Well, Angel, thank you so much for spending the evening with us. And I'm looking forward to this year with the chamber.
Yeah, thank you.
That really was fun, and we appreciate Angel coming over from the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is probably going to be a reoccurring guest, so look forward to having more representatives from the Chamber on the show as we move forward throughout the year, especially ahead of large events. We like to get the scoop on just what's going on and what we can expect from each of those events. So stay tuned, stick with us for hour number 2. We're going to talk about the market nationally, at the state level, and of course here in Wisconsin Rapids and Wood County. We did get the home sales numbers in for March, so we're going to be excited to talk about that, and also some special events that us at Coldwell Banker are sponsoring here in this upcoming week. So stay tuned and come back for hour 2.